Righty, here we go. Gosh, I can't see. Good morning, everyone. This glasses thing, when you can't see two different depths, driving me crazy. Good morning. Beckie Belote. I am a creative memories advisor and I love sharing tips. I keep getting blessed with these ideas, and as long as I keep having them, I'm going to keep sharing. But before I do, there's something I've been meaning to tell you all because I know there's a lot of you that are new to creative memories and new to scrapbooking that are ordering from maybe a new advisor for the first time. And you may have friends that also may be interested. And here's a little tip. And if you're an advisor, you can't even see this on your own page. So you need to let your customers know about this. It's called Refer a Friend. So if you're a non-advisor, when you log in and you go to the top left of your screen, if you're signed in, you should be able to click on My Account. And when you click on My Account, a little panel will show up. And in that panel, there'll be a little hyperlink for Refer a Friend. And if you click on that, you can copy that link and email it, text it. It gives you some options, but very easy to do. You just grab it and share it with somebody that may want to order from us for the first time. So they don't have an advisor, they don't have an account. When they create their account within 30 days and post and use that link, they will get free shipping. And if they do indeed use it within the proper time span, you will get an email saying that you now also have a link that you can use for free shipping. So I wanted to make sure you're aware of that. You can use it over and over. So if you have a friend group that you're trying to scrapbook with and you all get together, this is something you all can bounce off of each other to get the free shipping. And it doesn't even matter how much the shipping is. So if you have a big old order and it's a $14.95 shipping, use the code and it's free. Okay, so that's the best thing going on. And I wanted to make sure that you are aware of that, especially. And by the way, if you have a group of people that you're scrapbooking with, you may want to also think about being an advisor yourself. All right, so that's all I wanted to say about that. I wanted to make sure you're aware. So today we had a new product release just last week. Lots of new things. And so I wanted to show you what they are. In fact, I'm going to do a double page spread with the new line called Polar Light. So this is kind of inspired by cold days, cold nights, maybe going to see the Festival of Lights at Christmas time. Maybe you have an amusement park that does Christmassy themes. I know we do here in Williamsburg at Busch Gardens. Maybe you're an ice skater or snowboarder or love to snow ski. Maybe you've been on a trip to Alaska. Maybe you've seen the Northern Lights. So this is really crazy inspired for you, and it's beautiful, and it's bundled where if you get the whole bundle, you will get a free paper pack called Shades of Polar Lights. Okay, super pretty. So I'm going to put this aside because I'm not working with this pack today. Other things in that collection would be your polar bear punch. And every time I see this, I think about the Coca-Cola commercials. So if you love Coke, you might want to do a spread with that. But remember, white bears can be black bears or brown bears. Just change the color of your paper. They look like they're kissing here. So I see all kinds of, zoo and fun things with your bear. Also in that collection is a really cute border maker punch that has snowflakes, which I could see as being also flowers. Okay, so you can play with that one. I love that it's got this, let me see if I can catch the light just right. It's got a scallop border on both sides of this, which makes this one kind of fun. All right, so that is part of the bundle. You'll get both of those in the bundle. Also in the bundle, you'll get 3 sticker strips, extra large sticker strips. You'll get a pack of mats. You will get 1 pack of the laser borders, and you'll get a pack of paper. And I talk about these a lot because people are always saying, how do you stay so organized? I am not an organized person. I love dividing my collections like this. And when older collections run out, I try to find in other words, I've used up all of an old collection. I have maybe a pair of border strips. I have maybe some mats in the same color scheme as this one. Then I will take those and add it to this one instead of having oodles of half-used collections. Okay. And each time Creative Memories comes out with a new collection, they'll tell us which lines you can do that with. Like picture this. If you all had picture this, goes with this one. Snowbound will go with this one. Hear my bird. He's so happy about the new collection and that it's voting day. All right. So you get the mats. You also get some embellishment. So you store them in these little folders. You get 4 for $20. So they're like $5 a piece. And you can use them over and over as this runs out. Have little pockets for everything. This line also has in the embellishments, it has these little jewels that I love. And in the embellishments, it also has little sayings that you're going to love. All right. And then I also wanted to talk about this. I think I talked about this last week, but I'm going to talk about it again. This is a great way to store your borders. This collection comes with flocked borders. So if you pull these out, they're fuzzy. So that makes them really fun. And then I like to store them in here. It keeps them untangled. I always get 2 packs of these at a time for double page spreads. So I just let put the matching ones together. If I see myself maybe using something together, like the mountain with the trees here, I might even put them in the same slot. Okay, so I hope that helps with your organization. But we are going to use this line today to make a fast spread. What you're going to need is your straight trimmer if you're trying to do this with me. You can pick any piece of paper to do this with today. I would pick 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to be using the new square punch. So if you don't have this yet, just watch because there's something that I'm going to do with this that you wouldn't want to use with a straight trimmer. You just wouldn't want to. This is the bomb. All right. So I'm going to kind of put this out of my way. If I don't know where it is, if you just tell me that it's over here, that would be really good. All right. So let's see here. I am going to get you to start by picking 2 pieces of paper where the front and the back coordinate nicely. Okay. I'm just going to grab these. I'm going to put these papers back. Oh, by the way, in the paper pack, they have a couple of sheets that have borders on them that you can just snip up and make borders. The other side is not. This has got a really pretty, you can't see it anyways, a really pretty white with blue snowflakes on it. Super pretty. All right, so I'm going to put those up though so I don't get them all messed up. All righty. Yes, after this, I'm going to go and vote. I hope that you will go vote too. And hope that we all hope and pray we all choose the right leadership for our country. All right, so let's whichever that may be, grab your pieces of paper and make sure they're lined up the same. This one doesn't matter too much. And go ahead at the same time, we're going to cut off 4 inches. I don't know about you all, but it is nice and chilly today. It feels not too cold. It's really sunny. It's really pretty here in Virginia. All right, so that was 4 inch. So now I have 2 4-inch strips. We're going to use those in a minute. Ooh, you can't see my hands. Let me change the screen. Da, 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 da. So I stacked my papers and I just cut off a 4-inch strip. All right, and we're saving that for a bit. All right, on this, what we have left now, what I want you to do, again, let's stack them together. And you've seen me use this technique with different punches, but this one is going to work with this so nicely. You're going to love what I'm going to do with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the pieces of paper on the long edge. We're going to, all right, see the paper sticking out? We're going to level it to the side of the punch. So it's right here at the side. I can feel it at the side. That's where you're going to do your first punch. I'm going to pay attention. For my next punch, what I'm going to do, you see this hole right here? I'm going to level that hole with the edge of my punch. So I should be able to just see it barely. It's just level with the punch there. And I'm going to continue that pattern all the way to the end. It's best to pull it through so that you can see it and then push it back so that you can't. And then we're going to have room for one more punch. All right. So what we've done by doing that is we have squares that are perfectly spaced. Now what we're going to do is, now I want you to look really close at your trimmer. On your trimmer, we have a perfect 1/4 inch if we line it up with the edge of this gray strip, but I'm not going to do that. If you go just a little bit further, there is a line that is created by this sticker. This basically, these lines right here are a sticker that the company put on the trimmer so that we can see the measurements. You can see a line between this matte strip and this first line here that is actually a line that is created by that sticker. And that's where we're going to line up at. Okay. So we are going to take the inside. So this line of bases of the squares, we are going to line that up with that line that the sticker creates all the way down. And by doing that, you'll see that these edges are exactly the same size. All right. All right. So, and I think, yeah. All right. So now what we're going to do, we need some paper to build on. I'm going to kind of look at this to see what I want to use. You know what? I'm probably just going to go with white or gray would be nice. I think I'm going to use, I don't know. Let's see what I can find faster. How about, I think I'm going to do white. All right. So move all of this out of the way. We're done with our square punch for now. I'm going to put this piece of paper on this mat. I do work on 2 mats. Oh my goodness, I must have knocked this. I do work on 2 mats, basically for alignment. It makes it really easy, and measurement. Because you can see the measurements all the way around, it's really easy to measure even when you're working on your page. All right, so that looks good. I am going to stick this at the bottom. Ooh. Which one do I want? All right, I think I'm going to put the stars on the bottom. All right, now you have some options. You can put this in just like that. You can not put it back at all and save it for another page. These squares, you can line up 2, 3, 4 of them. You've got a lot, so you could go all the way across if you want to for a totally different look. So you could do that, or more. Like I said, you have 5 that you could put on both sides and save this for another. You could do a combination. You could put that, you could do this kind of look. You could put the squares back in. You could do either all of them back in or some of them in where the reverse side is showing so that we have some contrast. That's Gracie. Like that. And then maybe put some embellishments here. Same thing with this look. Another thing that you could do is, I don't know what she's barking at. Oh my gosh. Gracie, Gracie, no, no. All right, be back in a flash. The door is open, so that's not it. What do you want? What do you want? Go. I'm coming. Sorry, I had a hunch about that one that she wasn't gonna stop. All right, and so I just gave her a treat. You know, it's a way to get them to stop, right? And just creating a monster. But anyways, this would be pretty. You could put a border strip through there. Lots of looks, right? So pretty. In fact, I like this so much, I think I'm gonna use this design. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick it down. Weren't for my dogs, this page would have been done really a lot faster. Oops, wrong side. I did use repo though, so I'm just going to wipe that off. All right, there we go. All right, so I do like that. And then these extra pieces that I told you to save, I'm going to cut that up to fit in that upper space. I found that 3.5. So I'm going to make this a 3.5 strip instead of the 4. If you wanted to leave it a 4, it's going to look really nice down here, but I'm going to put it in the top. And then I'm going to do 5.5. So that's 3.5 by 5.5. It's really nice in the upper margin. 3.5 by 5.5. So you can see how pretty that looks, right? Okay, and then for down here, why don't we look for a mat from the mat pack? That will look nicely. Ooh, that would be nice for a journal box, right? Or the snowflakes. I think I'm going to stick with this one. And then it gave me an idea. But also add these little fuzzy guys. How about that? Is that super pretty? All right. And again, ooh, what if we just, in those little windows, we could put some little gemstones if we wanted, like maybe those in the little windows. All right, so I wanted to give you, I'll finish this later, but this is the idea that I wanted to get through your head. I think it's super fast and super easy and would be so terribly hard without something like this. So that's a great little punch, and we can do the same thing with the circle one that also came out. All right, so let me show you a completed page that I did just this morning. I was like, what am I going to do today? And I was definitely blessed with this idea, and I think it's super easy, and I think you're going to love doing this. All right, so this is the one that I made with seasonal sightings. So it's basically the same concept, but I put my squares in the middle. This was a little journal box from Seasonal Sightings. This was an embellishment that I popped with our pop-up squares to give it some dimension. And then these are in fact, I don't know that this is Seasonal Sightings. This is probably totally tonal Christmas. I think the whole thing is, except for the embellishments and the mat, because this is definitely totally tonal Christmas. So that's a really inexpensive line, and it's really pretty. Okay, so I hope you like that. Before I leave you, I wanted to let you know that we also have added to our paper colors. So our line now is complete with 19 colors. We have added island waters. we have added this red. Now, when our company adds colors, they do it to coordinate with our paper colors. So you're going to find that this red is going to look really nice with our Christmas and other reds in our line. So it's really called, they didn't put a lot of creativity into this color. It's just called red. This is called soft pink. And the last one is soft blue. Okay. So that's all I got, guys. Let me change the screen to say goodbye. If you do need an advisor, I would love for you to reach out to me. I am Beckie Belote, Beckie Belote, Belote. I am in Virginia. If you want to find somebody near you, you can go to our advisor website. If you don't have an advisor, pick one. We really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. And is there anything else I'm going to say? No, I have nothing else to say. Thank you. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you next week. Bye.